And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Happy Monday, everyone. This evening, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Anthony Edwards.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Shed in at the 1. And for the Timberwolves, both of the towers out there for him. Cat at the 4, Gobert at the 5. Then there's Anthony Edwards, then it's DeMar DeRozan, and it's Goose in at the point. So, Clark, here we are, the home stretch of the NBA season.
Yep, and now we get a chance, BA, to see who has something left in the tank. You certainly don't want to peak too early, but you do want to be steady as you move towards the...
Big time right there.
Town sees an open player and rewards him with a nice pass.
Tipped away. Here we go, one-on-one. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Cox has got his second bucket on the night.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
The Timberwolves, another fast break opportunity here. And the dunk by DeRozan.
I respect the way DeRozan can still elevate and throw it down.
First quarter of play, a minute in. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch, and obviously facing Nikola Jokic was the first topic of conversation. The coach told me they don't hand out MVP awards. The Joker is one of the most talented players in league history, and he's 7 feet. It's unreal. In terms of how to stop Jokic, he laughed and said, I don't think anyone has that answer, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Jokic on the money from 12 feet away.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Pass to Strother, inside. And the basket by Jokic.
Using his size on the interior, Jokic extremely difficult to stop down there.
To the paint. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Pass to Gordon. Six on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Shed. There's the block. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Well, you throw it his way, and DeRozan's going to capitalize. When he takes off, he's looking to throw it down with no hesitation.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And Denver making a change here. Okoro's checked in. No good that time. Good work defensively by Towns. Tries it from 16. DeRozan with the bucket. DeRozan's got 8 points.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Pass to Gobert. Picked by Gobert. This one for 3. Hits a three-pointer. 9 points in the game. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
Dillingham's checked in for the Timberwolves. To stop the run. And stolen by Gobert. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Cox. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating them to the spot. Well done.
Reed's checked in for Minnesota. Oubre comes in for DeMar DeRozan.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
1:33 left in the opening quarter. Pritchard, the pass to Markkanen. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Some real toughness from Markkanen. Powers through the contact, then has the focus and touch to finish.
Pass to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Rising up to throw it down. Great timing, Reed, that time.
Nuggets trail by 17. Here's Pritchard. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Holmes with it. To the inside. Okoro outside for 3. Buries it from 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Minnesota leading by 14. And Holmes with the block. And they get it back. 3-pointer. The shot misses. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Pass to Pritchard. Down low. Here's Markkanen. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Unable to get that one. Markkanen with it. A reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Holmes passes to Pritchard. Back to Holmes. Offensive board. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. Jokic is checked in for Vukcevic. Aaron Gordon comes in for Holmes. And Victor Oladipo is subbed in for Strother. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Cox, the pass to Reed. Here's Cox. The shot that time not on target. They've got Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Dillingham. And it's Goose in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks. Well, Goose in their last match against the Suns played some superb basketball. He finished with 60 points, and that's a season high for him. What an offensive performance. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Dillingham, no good. Nuggets trail by 18. To the middle. And it's Oladipo finishing it off.
Thrown down that time by the 6'4" Oladipo. Don't let that height fool you. This guy can go throw it down.
Edwards, that's good.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level. Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, Paul.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for the Timberwolves. DeRozan comes in for Edwards.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too. Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him. It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
And Gobert with a block.
So good at finding these spots. Gobert loves reaching out and sending them away.
A minute 39 left in the first half. And there's the screen. And here's Dillingham from the arc. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Here's Shed in his last outing with 12 points. Gordon can't hit.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Minnesota is shooting their second and third free throws tonight. That free throw misses. Good on the second one. We've got 1:13 left in the second. Here's Shed. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. Inside. Tipped.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort. Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
They need this. And it's good on the lay-in.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Cox. Pass to Dillingham. Intercepted. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. Gordon outside. Here's Shed. There's 25 seconds left in the second. Jokic finds Markkanen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get one up. The shot from 20 feet out. Cox with a rebound. Pass to Gobert. Stolen by Jokic. Oh, they get a hand on it. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More 2K action in just a moment.
And it's a big deal when Kevin Durant is out. No one can make up for the loss of his production, but also gives your opponent confidence.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Nuggets.
They're getting destroyed.
Glad you could join us.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. On the court for the Nuggets, Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Then it's Lauri Markkanen, and it's Shed in at the 1.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit. Credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Here's Jokic. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Cox has got 4 rebounds in the game. And it's in there. Cox has got 5 points in the quarter.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Jokic. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Minnesota is shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and the absence of skill deficiencies. Brian, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie. Here's Cox, defended by Gordon. The shot no good by Cox. And so it's Jokic who brings up the ball for Denver. Following this game, they host the Magic. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Here's Edwards. Uses the glass on the layup. Edwards got his 3rd basket of the night.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Rebounded by Denver.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Here's Shed. And he stays with it. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's on Anthony Edwards. First one falls for him. Dillingham's checked in for DeRozan. Good on both. More and more, we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Graham.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age. They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Cox, good.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. To the inside, here's Jokic. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Such a threat to score. Jokic taking advantage of the defense, being a little overzealous that time.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Williams comes in for Towns, and it's Kelly Oubre in for Edwards. To the paint. Here's Dillingham. Oh,
hey, how about big time right there? Big time. Woo. That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
And yep, it's good. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Jokic able to play through contact and seems unstoppable when he's that close to the hole.
Pass to Dillingham. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cox. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic just got 4 rebounds in the game. Okoro outside. Gordon finds Jokic. And they double up Jokic. Pass to Pritchard. Dillingham. Goes back up. Jokic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lauri Markkanen. That'll be a second foul of the game. Here's Pritchard. We've got Kelly Oubre, Nas Reed out there with Grant Williams. Then there's Dillingham. And it's Goose in the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Pass to Holmes. Here's Vukcevic. Reed defending. Here's Pritchard. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
And Minnesota making a change here. Simmons is checked in. Pass to Cox. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Jokic is checked in for Vukcevic. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Jokic. And again, it's Denver missing.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Outside Simmons. Pass to Cox. Drives to the hoop. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Cox has got 5 points now this quarter.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Jokic the screen. Now here's Herter. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Cox has got his 6th rebound on the night. Inside. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Jokic against Simmons. Jokic passes to Herter to halt the run. Here's Pritchard. Oh, swiped away. Oubre with it. Now Herter defending. Pass to Dillingham. Outside Reed. Here's Cox. Guarded by Okoro. Reed sets a screen. Outside Simmons. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, Clark, we're used to seeing a coaching carousel. But in recent years, even winning teams have changed coaches.
Well, you know, that is true, and at least the profession is getting a pay raise overall. But for teams looking to break through, B.A., changing the coach still seems to be the default button that most teams like and are more comfortable pushing.
Williams is checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Oubre. Jokic the screen. Here's Strother. They get the rebound. Jokic passes to Markkanen. Here's Shed. From outside, off the mark.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's it.
Oh, connects again.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's now 5th in number of 40-point games over a single season.
Oh, one of the more bankable scores this league has seen. You have to marvel at his consistency. Here's Strother. Williams defending. Pass to Strother. Jokic the screen. They get back on track. And that one's good. Strother.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
They set the pick. Here's Cox. Oh, my goodness! Disrespectful. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
A minute 20 left in the fourth. To the middle. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Grant Williams. And the Timberwolves making a change here. One constant in the NBA, Clark, the constant movement of players.
Yeah, and I think you've got to try to look at the positive side of that, the freedom that players have to play where they choose to play in many cases. I think that's the right of any employee to be able to go where they feel they can best optimize their individual and team situations. I think it allows teams to rebuild on the fly and get competitive more quickly. And I like that aspect of it. I don't like to see it overwhelming a season, but I do like the fact that players have that option and that freedom.
Here's Cox. Yes, it's good. Cox has got 47 points.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Knocked away.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes. Yeah, and this is not what they need. Now the clock is stopped, and their opponent is at the line.
Yeah, and I'm confident Coach was reminding everybody, don't foul at the start of that possession. Obviously, he didn't get the message.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Cox. There's 14 seconds left in the final quarter. Goes up on the wing. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. Now Jokic. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here.